Let's get right into it. Number 8. The iron stomach. Your great-great-great ancestors had stomachs made of steel. They were basically walking garbage disposals. While we're here crying about expired milk, our ancestors were out there eating week-old mammoth meat like it was nothing. Their secret weapon was a gut full of super bacteria. Think of it like having an entire SWAT team in your belly. Some microbes could break down tough plant fibers that would give us major stomach aches today. Others were like tiny bodyguards, fighting off dangerous bacteria that tried to make them sick. These gut bacteria were so good at their job, they could even handle natural poisons. Ancient humans could eat food that would send us straight to the emergency room. No refrigerators, no expiration dates, no food safety regulations. Just eat whatever you find and let your iron stomach sort it out. But what happened to this superpower? We got too clean. Modern life, with all its processed foods, antibiotics, and hand sanitizers, has basically turned our iron stomachs into sensitive little flowers. So next time you get food poisoning from that sketchy gas station sushi, remember your ancestors could have eaten that same fish after it sat in the sun for days. Number 7. Primal Super-Strength. Modern athletes would look like wimps compared to our ancient ancestors. Their bones were so dense, they could survive falls that would shatter our skeletons today. Scientists found that ancient humans had bone density up to 20% higher than we do today. That's like having a natural suit of armor built into your skeleton. And it wasn't because they were eating some magical prehistoric superfood. Their daily routine was basically CrossFit from hell, running after prey, climbing mountains, carrying heavy stuff, and occasionally running away from things that wanted to eat them. Every single day was a workout. Their bodies adapted to this lifestyle. Their bones would get micro-damage, but instead of being wimps about it, their bodies would come back stronger. Modern humans are basically living in bubble wrap compared to them. The most exercise some of us get is aggressive typing and occasional pizza lifting. So next time you're feeling tough because you did 10 push-ups, remember your ancestors were basically walking tanks. Number 6. The precision throwing arm. Imagine being able to take down a deer from 100 feet away using nothing but a rock. Our ancestors could do exactly that. They had a throwing superpower that would make modern baseball pitchers jealous. It wasn't just about having strong muscles. Their entire body worked like a perfectly timed machine. The power started in their legs, moved through their body like a wave, and exploded out through their arm like a living catapult. They didn't need to calculate angles or wind speed. Their brains just knew exactly how to throw to hit the target. It was pure instinct. Our shoulders, elbows, and wrists evolved specifically for launching things at high speeds with pinpoint accuracy. Even chimps, our closest relatives, can't throw like this. They throw like a toddler having a tantrum. All power, no accuracy. But our ancestors were like walking ballistic missiles. This ability helped us survive as a species. While other animals had to get close to their prey, we could just stand back and throw things at dinner until it stopped moving. But then we invented better weapons, and this superpower started to fade. Now most of us can barely throw a paper ball into a trash can from 5 feet away. Number 5. The memory palace. Before Google Maps, before paper maps, even before written language, humans had something better. A memory system so powerful it could store entire continents in your head. Ancient Aboriginal people in Australia had these things called songlines. Think of them like Google Maps, but instead of looking at your phone, you'd memorize an entire song. Each verse would tell you exactly where to find water, which mountains to climb, and which areas had dangerous animals. They turned geography into music. These people could remember thousands of different plants, which ones could heal you, which ones could kill you, and exactly when and where to find them. It's like having an entire medical encyclopedia in your head. They could also pass down entire tribal histories, spanning hundreds of years, without writing down a single word. These stories could take days to tell, and they remembered every single detail. This wasn't some rare genetic superpower. Everyone could do it. But we lost this superpower when we started writing everything down. Our brains got lazy. Why bother remembering something when you can just look it up? Now we panic when our phones die, while our ancestors carried entire continents worth of knowledge in their heads. Number 4. The Human Thermostat. Your ancestors had a superpower that let them survive in both scorching deserts and freezing tundras without any fancy gear. They could regulate their body temperature like some kind of human thermostat. When things got cold, their bodies would kick into high gear, burning extra energy to keep warm. Their muscles would start doing tiny, invisible workouts, generating heat like a biological space heater. And in the heat, their sweat game was so strong they could cool down faster than your overheating laptop. This wasn't some genetic lottery. Anyone could develop these abilities through something called acclimatization. The more time you spent in extreme temperatures, the better your body got at dealing with them. It's like having a superpower that levels up the more you use it. The Inuit people were so good at this they could hang out in sub-zero temperatures, wearing what basically amounts to a fancy onesie made of animal skins. And desert tribes were walking around in 120-degree heat like it was a pleasant spring day. But then we invented heaters and air conditioners. And just like that, we got lazy. Our internal thermostat started getting rusty from lack of use. So nowadays, we have a mental breakdown if someone changes the office thermostat by 2 degrees. Number 3. Primal Scrambling Agility. Imagine being able to climb a massive tree as easily as walking down the street. Our ancestors had this crazy ability called Primal Scrambling Agility. Think of it like having the strength of a gorilla mixed with the nimbleness of a monkey. These guys could scale trees, leap between branches, and navigate rocky cliffs like it was nothing. Their muscles were designed for explosive power. They could launch themselves through the air like furry missiles. Their balance was so good, they could run across branches thinner than your arm. This wasn't just showing off. This was straight-up survival mode. Imagine a hungry predator shows up at your campsite. While we modern humans would be toast, our ancestors would just zip up the nearest tree like it was an escalator. But we lost this superpower when we decided to become ground dwellers. It's like trading in a Ferrari for a minivan. More practical, sure, but way less exciting. Our bodies slowly changed to be better at walking long distances instead of climbing. Now we build elevators and stairs because we can't climb like we used to. So here we are, getting winded after climbing 2 flights of stairs. Number 2. The Marathon Hunter. There's a reason humans are the only animals that can run marathons. It's called persistence hunting, and it's how we used to hunt our food. They weren't faster than their prey, but they had something better. They had endless stamina. An antelope might be way faster in a sprint, but it can't cool down while running. It has to stop and pant to lower its body temperature. But humans are like walking air conditioners. We can sweat all over our bodies while still running. Our ancestors would just keep following their prey at a steady pace, not letting it rest. Picture this. You're an antelope, minding your own business. Suddenly, this sweaty human shows up. You sprint away at 60 miles per hour, thinking you've escaped. But this human just keeps coming. Hour after hour, mile after mile, like some kind of prehistoric Terminator. Eventually, the animal would overheat and collapse from exhaustion. Our bodies were literally built for this. We've got springy Achilles tendons that work like rubber bands when we run. Our legs are longer than other primates, perfect for covering long distances. Even our feet are arched specifically for running. They're like built-in shock absorbers. But we've traded this superpower for comfy chairs and delivery apps. The only thing most of us chase these days is the ice cream truck. Number 1. The built-in compass. There's a reason we never got lost before GPS existed. Your brain has a built-in navigation system that's more sophisticated than any smartphone. It's just been switched off for so long, it's forgotten how to work. Our ancestors had this amazing ability to know exactly where they were going, like they had Google Maps built into their brains. They could look at the sun and instantly know which way was which. At night, they didn't need fancy star charts either. They just looked up and understood the patterns, like reading a giant cosmic road map written in the stars. But this built-in compass wasn't just about the sky. These people could pick up on tiny details in their environment that we completely miss today. Slight changes in the landscape, the feel of the wind, even subtle patterns in nature. Scientists also think we might have been able to sense Earth's magnetic field, kind of like how pigeons do it today. But then we invented actual compasses, and maps, and GPS, and just like that, our internal navigation system started gathering dust. Our reliance on GPS and phones is making our natural navigation abilities weaker and weaker. Our ancestors could cross entire continents using nothing but their built-in compass. These days, most of us get lost in our own neighborhood without GPS. That ancient navigation system is still there. We've just forgotten how to turn it back on. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.